Good day. This is Michael M. Ramos Jr., student of Master of Engineering, major in Computer Engineering. In this video, I will apply what I have learned in AutoCAD application number 4, which is object selection method, from the discussion of Dr. Edwin R. Arboleda, our professor in Meng 203 Computer Aided Drafting and Design in Cavite State University, main campus. So for this video AutoCAD application number 4, we have here some methods, commands, application for object selection method. Starting off with this first command, which is we have here P. Previously, we have here an activity on video number 3, which is we applied some of the controls for zooming in and zooming out and application of panning. So this is the previous activity. So we could select them all. So by clicking E, for example, or pressing E for erase, then type all, and automatically we could delete all of the objects. So applying picking, so for example, I would like to create or I want to create a circle. So let's press C for circle, specify a specific point. So we have here the circle. So I want to create duplicate copies of the same size of circle. So let's type copy, okay, copy, then select object, then press enter. Automatically, this object will gain or will have duplicate copies by clicking a certain point. So for example, the perpendicular, or much better if we would click the center of the circle. So for example, I created the circle. So automatically, the copy, okay, activates multiple copies of circles. Okay. So for example, I want a circle at this part. So I could create multiple copies of circles. Some are aligned and some are not. So let's press enter. So overall, we have here 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19 circles. So the application of pick, so we could pick circles by just clicking it. So for example, this circle, I would like to pick, 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 okay, by clicking all of the circle. So for example, I want to erase a certain circle or a specific circle by applying the picking method. So I would type E for pick, then I would select this portion of circle and this circle, and I will press enter. Then automatically, those pick circles are erased or deleted. So let's type undo. Okay, undo, escape U. Okay, automatically all circles that are deleted are restored. So for example, um, erase, I want to delete this circle, and this circle, enter, automatically all of the circles are deleted. So we could apply undo, U, for undoing those actions, or we could type OOPS or OPS2 restores all deleted circles. So another application, move. So we could select objects. For example, this one, pressing enter, identifying, for example, the perpendicular of the circle as the base point. So we could move the circle. Okay, at this point. So if we want to retain the position of those circles from the previous one, we could type U for undo. Okay, so that is the command for picking. So these are object selection method, pick. No shortcut command because we will use our mouse. Next, we have here all. From the previous video, we use all when it comes to erasing or deleting all of the objects in our drawing, or we could see or zoom in all of objects in our drawing table. So let's apply all in the erase. So for example, E, erase, and we type all. Automatically, all objects in this table are highlighted, and once we press enter, all of the objects are deleted. Okay, so press U for undo. Again, let's type erase, then type all. Once we press and enter, hit the enter button, automatically all circles or all of the objects are highlighted. And when we press enter, all of them are deleted. So that is the command for all. So oops, for undoing all the erasement. Okay. So in move, we could automatically press or type all. Automatically all objects are highlighted. And once we press enter, we could specify a certain point in which we could move all of this object. So as you can see, the gray, okay, the gray objects are the base point of the circle, okay, the original point. And if we want to move the circle, okay, vertically, horizontally, or perpendicularly, so we could move it, okay. So we have here unactivated OSNAP for perpendicular, activated OSNAP for specified second point. So if what like to move it on this point, so this is the new position of our objects. So U for undo. So we have here, or we retain the specific position of our objects. So that is the command for pick, and that is the command for all. Pick for picking one, okay, one object at a time, and all command for picking all of the objects in our drawing. So next command is we have here last. Okay. So from the previous drawing of the table, I think, okay, if we would like to erase the last, okay, if we would like to erase the last circle created, okay, so we could type E and type L, or we could type the spelling of LAST for last. Once we press the term last, automatically one of the circle is highlighted. So this circle, based on our drawing later or previously, is the last or the 19th circle that we've created. So once we press enter, automatically that last circle is deleted. So let's press U for undo. So to know another one, so if I would like to create circle, so let's press or type C for copy, CO. Let's select the circle, then press or hit enter. Then select the circle and create a copy and let's put this in this part. And then if this is the one, the second one is place here and then escape. So we know that this is the last circle we've created. So let's try if the last function or the last command is available or active when it comes to erasing that object. So let's press E for erase. Then let's type L for last. So the highlighted object is the last circle that we place on this position. So once we press enter, so we've deleted that specific circle. So another one, E for last. Once we press enter, so this is the previous or the last object that we have created, aside from that deleted one. So when we press enter or hit the key enter, that object is deleted. So that is the function of last. Next, we have here previews. Okay, so let's undo. Okay, so for the previews, for example, let's apply the last portion. So M for move, then let's hit L for last. So the active circle is the last circle created, so we could move it by clicking enter and we could move it on this point. Okay, then escape or hit enter to cancel. So let's apply the previous one. So what if we created E for erase, or we type E for erase? Then let's type previews. So once we press previews, automatically the last object we move, for example, this is the last object we selected. Okay, so let's try to erase it, applying the previous one, hit enter, and it was deleted. So let's undo. Okay, so for example, we want to move the previous object that is being edited or being commanded a while ago. So the command erase is applied on this circle. So if I want to move it using previews, so M for move, P for previews. So no previous selection set is available So no previous circle is active. So for example, I move this circle, hit enter, and then I press it and place it here. So let's try move M, P for previous. So the active object is the one I moved a while ago. So let's press enter and then select this one. Okay. So the previous command is used when it comes to selecting, applying a method or command from an object that is being moved, erased, or somewhat being altered. So for example, if I move two objects, let's try this one as an experiment. Let's enter, then select these two objects and place it here. So we know that there are two objects at this point and these are the two one. Okay, so let's try to type move, then let's type P for previous. So automatically, the two objects that are moved a while ago are the previous objects that we could select. Okay, so these two objects are selected a while ago, so they are the objects that are in the previous mode. So once we click enter, so we could place and select the displacement, for example, this perpendicular one, and move it in this side. Okay, so that is the use of previous. So for the last object that is being moved, the previous object that is being moved, so they are just like, or they are alike. Okay, so these are the commands for picking or selecting objects. So next we have here window. So from this window, so there is no shortcut command, but we could type it, for example, move, then we could type window. So no specify first corner. So in window, it's just like picking an object inside a shaded region. So if we type window, so for example, this one, so the window portion is selecting using blue shade. So in window, all objects are highlighted once they are inside the window itself. Okay, as you can see, all of these circles are selected, and this one is not highlighted by white lines because not all of the part of the circle is highlighted. So if I move it to the right, so automatically it will be lighted. So in this part, this circle, okay, is not highlighted because not all of this portion of the circle is highlighted. So when I press it, automatically all of the circles are highlighted. Okay. So for example, E for erase, window, let's type window. So specify first corner. So automatically, all of the circles that are inside the blue shaded region are selected. So those three, this circle, and this circle, are not inside the highlighted region. So automatically, they are not being erased. So, oops, to undo. Okay? So this window is just like the selection of objects using the left mouse button to the right. Okay? So the window is just like pressing the left mouse button and we will pan it to the right. Okay, they are the same. Or we could say, or we could type window and then, sorry, escape, window. So we could, sorry. So we must type first move, then we could type window, then we could drag it, not all right, but we could type it window, dragging it to the left. So once we see a shaded blue region, it is window. Okay? So another one is we have here crossing. So the difference of window and crossing is once a specific line or point of an object touches the shaded area, automatically they are selected. So for example, erase. So in erase, I type crossing. Automatically, it will change from blue to green. So in crossing, once I've touches a certain point or line, or area of an object, it will be automatically selected. So when I press enter, automatically it was created. Okay? So once I type erase and I type crossing, so we know that in crossing, it will be from the left or to the right. Right or left. Once it touches the the graded or the shaded green, automatically it will be selected. So the shortcut command is by typing crossing. So in our mouse pointer, left mouse button, if we will click it and select to the left, automatically the active is the crossing. Okay. So all of the objects touches the shaded green part is activate. Okay, so that is the crossing. So let's try move. Then let's type crossing. So automatically if I want to tap, so I have here this area. So these 3, 6, 7, 8 circles are selected even though not all of the circle are inside the shaded but they touches the shaded green. So move, enter certain point, so we could select it and move it upward. Okay, again move, um, crossing, select certain area, enter, then let's move it upward. Okay, so that is the crossing. Window, all of the object must be inside the shaded area. Crossing, all of the objects, even though not all of the objects are inside the shaded area, once they touches or cross that shaded area, they would be selected. Okay, so next we have here window polygon. So window polygon is just like the selection of window, but it's not more focused on creating a square or rectangle, but it is free for us to select a certain part. So what is that example? So for example, move, then I will type window polygon. So in window polygon, automatically shaded blue area is selected. Sorry, move, window, move, window polygon. So in window polygon, we have here the certain point. Okay, I think the window polygon, which is the WP, move, WP. So we have here first polygon point, for example, here. So it's not a square or rectangle, it's like a letter U. Okay, so when we press or select it once, we know that we created a polygon on this part, but these four are only selected. Okay, so press enter and then move. Okay, so let's try again. So for example, move, then WP for window polygon. So for example, I want to create a triangle. So starting at this point, to this point, to this point. Okay, then press enter. So automatically these two are the circles that are inside the shaded region of color blue. Okay, for example, E for erase, window polygon. So let's try it from this point to the left. I will draw a square. So not square but a quadrilateral. So 1, 2, 3. So this is just like a trapezoid, and when I press enter, so these only shaded circles are inside, okay, are inside that window polygon, and once I press enter, they are deleted. So press oops. So window polygon and window are the same. In window, certain window area, in window polygon, I could create a certain drawing. So window polygon is just like this, clicking the right mouse button, okay, holding the right, um, holding this, that is the shortcut command. Or if I want to move and WP for window polygon, so I'm free to select and then enter. So all of the circles are selected. So on the other hand, we have here the crossing polygon. So the shortcut command is CP. So for example, I want to erase, okay, erase circles, okay, but not in a window type, okay, not in a crossing type, but in a free space crossing type. So for example, um, CP for crossing polygon. So I could say that I want this area, okay. So it's not like a window type, color green or shaded green. It's like a circular type. So all of the circles that are intersected on this green shaded line, okay, or green shaded polygon will be selected. Again, for example, erase, then CP for crossing polygon. So if I want to create a pointed or five pointed polygon, one, two, three. Okay, so this is just like a pentagon. Then press enter. So all of the circles inside the shaded green region and also the circles lying or cross that green shaded region are selected. And when I press enter, they are deleted. Okay, so let's view to unzoom. So for example, Z, then I type CP. So CP is not applicable at this point in zooming. So in zoom, the applicable one is window. Okay, so in window, this selected region will be zoom. Okay, zoom previews. Okay, so previews is applicable in zooming by typing Z, then P for previews. Z, P, previews. Okay, so all is applicable in zooming. So Z, then all. So we could see all of the objects in our entire window. Okay. So take note, window polygon in Autodesk AutoCAD 2021, it is color blue. Okay. The crossing polygon in Autodesk AutoCAD 2021 is color green. So in creating that, holding the mouse button to the right for window, to the left crossing. So if we will create a crossing, so certain point to the left, window, certain point to the right. Shortcut command, for example, moving, window, W, then we could select move, crossing, letter C, then certain point. Erase, window polygon, WP, select, enter. And we have here erase, crossing polygon, CP, then let's select all of this one. Enter. Okay, so let's undo, undo. Okay, so that is the window polygon and the crossing polygon. So for the last command in object selection method, we have here fence. So in fence, it's just like a window polygon and a crossing polygon, but we will draw a certain line. So certain line, we could say that we creating our fence or we will build a fence to cover our vicinity or our house. So for example, I want a circular fence. So for example, I have here move, M for move, and I have here F for fence. So automatically specify first fence point or pick, drag, or course. So for example, this one, 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 this one. So it's not a circle, but it is a hole. Okay? So press enter. So automatically in fencing, okay, all of the symbols or all of the objects that are directed through that specific fence are selected. Okay? So let's move, enter certain point. So we have place here. Okay, so let's try again. E for erase, then apply the fence by typing F or try to type the whole name fence. So for example, this certain point, so automatically if the fence reaches that area, automatically it will be highlighted. So what if this is the one? Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So as you can see, not all circles are part of the fence. So automatically, if I press enter or hit enter key, all of the objects, all of the circles that are, okay, that are part of the fence will be highlighted and will be deleted. So oops, and all of the objects are restored. So if in the part of the window and crossing, if the objects are inside in window, and in crossing, if the objects are inside or cross by the shaded area, they are selected. But in fence, okay, so fence is applicable only for move and erase. If a certain area is selected, okay, enter. So only those objects that are run through, highlighted by the fence, they are the ones that will be selected. Okay, so if you want to use the fence and you want to erase all of these, so click E, then click fence, E for erase, F for fence, and then select a certain point and run through all of the objects. Okay, so in fencing, it's not applicable or not advisable to click all objects. So we could fence that all of the objects are here, here. So if I want to select these four, so it's advisable to select them all by doing a fence straight line here, a fence straight line there, same goes here, and also there, and enter. Okay, so another one, shortcut, so E for erase, F for fence, so we could create here a straight line here, a straight line here, a straight line here, and a straight line here. So it's a zigzag. So once I press enter and I click another one for enter, automatically all of the objects are deleted. Okay. So these commands, the pick, all, last, previous window, crossing, the window polygon, crossing polygon, and fence are some of the commands that are applied in object selection method. So these types or samples of commands are helpful, very helpful in selecting different objects in our drawing table. So oops, then all of the objects are restored. Okay, so I think and I hope that that you do understand what I have said and also discuss in this topic number 4, the application number 4 about object selection method. So if you are happy and if you like this video, please subscribe to Michael RMS where we apply what we have learned from the academy. So subscribe now, hit the like button for this video. Thank you so much for watching this.